Okay, let's bring in William Booth now, who's a lecturer of Latin American history at the University College of London. And it's good to have you on, William. Let's just start with, because we see all this military intimidation pressure being piled on Maduro by Trump. What is he trying to achieve here, do you think? Does he want Maduro gone, or does he want assets, minerals, oil from Venezuela?
Well, both really, and the strategic aim, if we can dignify it with that term, is both regime change and a new source of not only oil but also lots of other minerals which are in rich concentration in Venezuela, which has historically been viewed by the United States as part of its backyard, at least up until the late 1990s with the election of Hugo Chavez. There isn't really a set of appropriate or meaningful tactics to achieve this strategy, though, and you can see that Trump has been throwing everything, including the kitchen sink at Venezuela over the last few months, with little real result, and it's turning into a bit of a replay of what he tried in his first presidency, both with intimidation tactic and then with an attempt to cultivate an alternative leader who is not particularly popular in Venezuela. We saw that with Juan Guaido, and we're seeing it again with Maria Corina Machado.
There's a couple of legal issues that jump out to me immediately. One, my understanding of international law is that this is illegal. If the US was to try and attempt regime change, unless it's in self-defense or agreed by the UN Security Council, it's illegal. And also, his powers within the US. Senior Democrats are saying you can't start a military conflict with another country without Congress making that decision, approving that. So is he, do you think, acting beyond the powers he has as the President of the United States?
Oh, completely. But the real question here is who's going to stop him? Congress has been fairly toothless in the face of Trump's complete disregard for constitutional diplomatic norms. He's trying to do diplomacy via kind of social media word salad in terms of directly threatening the Venezuelan government. There are people in the US who are politely appalled at this, but how are they going to stop him? He's got the Department of Defense doing exactly what he wants with these illegal attacks on fishing boats and other small craft in the Caribbean. The double tap, again, completely illegal under international law, but the US is very much a rogue state in these terms, and it's hard to see anybody reining that in. If somebody else gets into power after Trump, then maybe we'll see retrospective prosecutions for all of these violations of the law. But for now, I can't see anybody really being able to put any kind of halter on Trump's actions.
Trump's accused Venezuela of stealing what seems to be its own oil. It's got the biggest oil reserves in the world. I mean, it looks like a bizarre claim. You've got to be aware with Trump, he says a lot of stuff that's proven to be completely untrue, but he does sprinkle in occasional truths. So what's your take on this? I mean, it looks like a reference at US companies that used to work there extracting oil. Is there any credibility to that claim that that's actually US oil?
No, I mean, if he'd have said US companies' rights to extract Venezuelan oil and sell it within the US, then in that precise term, things did change. But it was all legal under Venezuelan law. That's been legal since 1943 under Venezuelan law. What he actually said was stealing US oil and land, which is completely bizarre. I don't know where he's conjured that from for his Truth Social post. So it's a conflation of different things. Now, if the US thinks that it has the unfettered right to for its companies to go in and extract oil, that's one thing, but that's a completely different argument to making these sorts of claims on sovereignty on Venezuela's resources. And of course, he's handing a huge gift to Maduro here by telling the Venezuelan people, your oil is ours, your minerals are ours, your markets are ours, and it's going to backfire. And it's not going to create a mass social movement on the streets in Venezuela of people rising up to hand over Venezuelan resources to the United States.
William, great to speak to you. Thanks so much for coming on TRT World. My guest, William Booth, lecturer of Latin American history at University College London.